Hi, I'm Helen from Whole Family Health, and if your house is anything like mine, the very sight of this and this fills you with a little bit of dread. And that's because most of the people in my house have autism, and unfortunately, one of the many challenges that people with autism face is a challenge with oral hygiene. So I decided that one of the best ways to help my family members was to enroll in 2 more degrees, use your ADHD to your advantage. And so I'm studying at the moment a course in autism studies and a course in psychology. And so I'm trying to put these two subjects together to help my friends with ASD improve their oral hygiene, specifically toothbrushing behaviour. So how did I do this? And if you'd like to get a little copy of the paperwork that I produced for this little project, you're very welcome to contact us at the team at wholefamilyhealth.com.au, and we can explain a little bit more about how exactly we worked on this. So first thing was I sat down with my friend and I asked, what is it that makes toothbrushing tricky for you? And the answer I got was toothpaste is weird, toothbrushes are weird, and it's just not fun. So that showed me that we really need to try some different toothbrushes, try some different toothpaste flavors, and also see what we could do to make it fun. I didn't realize just how many different toothbrush types there are these days. So obviously your old-fashioned regular toothbrush, but there's these little cute little bamboo things with very soft bristles these days. So I got one of those to see if our friend would like that. Electric toothbrush. And then there's these really cool things these days. You put it in your mouth and you just hold it there while you press the button, and you might be able to hear it buzzing. It just buzzes and it cleans your entire teeth in 30 seconds instead of the old-fashioned 2 minutes. So unfortunately you have to press it many times to get it to switch off. So a lot of people with autism really struggle with light touch, for example. They find that really annoying, but a good firm touch can be quite bearable for them. So we were hoping that by introducing the option of vibrating toothbrushes, that might give a much more deeper sense of pressure in the mouth rather than a tickly, scratchy, annoying sense. So we gave that element of choice. Sorry, my toothbrush just nearly fell over. We also worked on what sort of different toothpaste flavors might be enjoyable. So there are green tea toothpaste, there are chocolate toothpaste, there are all types of toothpaste. We settled on trying a milkshake and a strawberry toothpaste. And so then we had an element of choice there. So if something has to be done, you might find that you get better compliance if you give them a choice of two. We have to brush our teeth because it keeps our bodies healthy, but would you like to use the milkshake or the strawberry toothpaste tonight? We had a look through. There are a lot of apps on toothbrushing these days to try to make it fun for kids. Not every kid thinks those are fun though. So our little friend decided that he would like to have a Mission Impossible timer that played the theme song, and he would bop along to the theme song while he brushed his teeth. So our next step was to make a little chart to record our progress. So the first line up here, the boxes up there give us the option to write in what toothbrush, what toothpaste, and what timer did we use at that toothbrushing session. And we've got an AM and a PM for each day of a 5-day period. I think we can fit 4-day period. So you can just use the form again and again, copying it again. So I was hoping that by observing what choices he made, we would be able to get a pattern of what is actually best tolerated, so that in future we could start with the thing that was most likely to give us success. Then we've got the 10 steps of toothbrushing. So the Australian Dental Association actually has 10 steps of toothbrushing. We had to modify them a little bit because we're very precise in our household, and there was a little bit of a debate about what size of pea was supposed to be referenced to when we were having toothbrushing done with a pea-sized blob of toothpaste. So make sure you work with your little friend to clearly define the 10 steps. We came up with a rating system where zero gave us a score, where if we didn't do that step, we got a score of 0. If we tried, but we didn't complete the step, we got a score of 1. And if we completed it to an age-appropriate level, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be, yes, you definitely, for example, brush the upper chewing surfaces. That gives you a score of 2. So for those 10 steps, you've then got the highest score possibility of 20 points. Plus, we then add in the total number of seconds that were brushed for. So 120 is our top score there, because that's how many seconds 2 minutes are. Plus the, if you were going to be using this, obviously, and it's got a 30-second timer, you're going to have to adjust your entire scoring. So that made our total score to come down here. The top score was 140. So some people really love to have a goal and be, well, you know, our friend, the very first time he did it, he got 40 out of 140, but he's not the type of person that copes well with, let's see if we can get 60. So we couldn't really set goals incrementally because that actually stressed him out more. In our case, we used the, you know, let's see if we can beat our time and we'll get a prize if we beat our time. Word of warning, don't use a lolly as a reward because maybe they might just eat the lolly straight after they've brushed their teeth. Rookie mistake. So in our case, we were trying to beat our previous record. And if our person really liked to see the numbers, they're very number based, but other people might be more visual based. So on the back here, I made a little chart that you can color in the rectangles of what your score was that time. And you can see, hopefully, that your score gets better and better. So fortunately, our little friend actually started with a score of 40, but then within 5 sessions, he got a score of 140. So he was super proud of himself. We were quite excited too. He's nearly 10. So yes, that was how we used this particular little chart to try to improve toothbrushing. The concepts really are to clearly define what it is that's making it a problem. So in our case, there was the texture of the toothbrush, the taste of the toothpaste, and generally that it just was not fun. We worked out then how to set up a program that would motivate him to improve his toothbrushing technique. We noticed on that first time that he really struggled with certain steps. So we read each step. So we did a step, then we read the next step and we did a step. And so on those ones that he struggled with, we tried again, you know, this is how to get in. You've got to do the left side as well as the right side, for example. So giving that sort of clear instructions, we found in our case that the score the next time was higher because that had been retained, that information, and been incorporated into the routine. So some people learn faster than others. Some people are more motivated than others by lollies after they brush their teeth. So it's always about just trying to make the program very individualized to help your toothbrusher actually achieve the goal of improving their toothbrushing. If you would like further information, you are very welcome to email us, as I said, at theteam@wholefamilyhealth.com.au to get a copy of our toothbrushing chart and the instructions on how we set up the behaviour modification program. Other than that, I really hope that things work as well for you as they've worked for our friends so far. It's science, it works. So have a fabulous day and enjoy some fresh toothbrushing behaviour. Bye everyone.